Good morning, Facebook family. Live from my home office, Mariester, Florida, on my treadmill. It's Jeff Brown. Same ruck, different day. Guess what? I'm putting on the last 3 miles of my 50-mile goal today. Yay! Guess what else? I added 15 more pounds to my pack to making it even 40. Yeah, and I'm feeling it. But fortunately, 47 miles behind me with 25 pounds that got me ready. But as I recall, a 40-pound ruck is kind of a standard weight for these things. I always just wanted to take a little easier on my knees, as I have a tricky one that likes to do some magic and move in ways it's not supposed to. But so like I said yesterday, I'm probably going to keep doing these kind of deals just because I like the format. Makes me feel a little bit more relaxed when I'm just walking and talking and have something to talk about, like today. So there's no coincidences, right? I've lived almost 60 years and come to realize there really aren't any coincidences. Things happen, and we can look at it one of two ways. It's happening for us, or it's happening to us. The more we can look at things as they're happening for us, the better. But I want to get to the question of the day. By the way, I also put a link to a podcast that I was listening to while I was doing some upper body work earlier. And it's amazing. This is the last day. I'm hitting the goal of 50 miles. And the topic the guy's talking about is anxiety. And, you know, the whole goal of this fundraiser was to raise awareness of and money for helping to stop veteran soldier suicide. And a big cause of that is anxiety and what I'm calling debilitating anxiety. So the question is, what's the difference between facilitating and debilitating anxiety? And that's a question they talk about in this podcast. I won't go into a lot of detail, but suffice it to say, we do need a little bit of anxiety or tension in our lives to make us perform better, do better, want to be better. It's interesting, I was talking about tension a little bit earlier in the week, a few times. But when anxiety crosses a threshold from being facilitating to debilitating, it can really start to crush people. And they can start to feel alone, isolated, and unwilling to maybe seek out help because they don't want to admit that they need it. But as the guy who's interviewed in this podcast talks about how he had a total breakdown, and then he finally realized that he couldn't overcome debilitating anxiety alone. So that's the main message. If you know someone who's under debilitating anxiety, keep reaching out to them. Maybe one day they'll take the hand. If you are someone who is experiencing debilitating anxiety, reach that hand out. There's a lot of help on the other side. And it's not about getting totally healthy, but about just becoming healthier and a little bit better. It's okay to be who you are. You are enough, but you can be broken at the same time. Nothing wrong with that. I want to finish with a joke that I made back when COVID started. As most of you know, I'm a retired submarine warfare officer. Spent 20 years and a week in the Navy, and actually retired 2 months before 9/11. That was a wild time. But when the lockdown started, I was already working from home. And I told Melissa, you know, you could paint the windows black, nail our doors shut, and as long as somebody threw some food down the chimney every few weeks, we'll be fine. And you know, as if my submarine life had prepared me for COVID. Well, what I didn't really say, that's the funny part. What I didn't really also say is I was already in healthy relationships. I was in good physical health, good mental health, good spiritual health. Had a great job. I was working from home. You know, I had a lot of structure in place already that supported us through that time and let us come through it unscathed virtually. So Melissa's coming in the door. Maybe she'll come over and shake her pom-poms one more time for everybody. Come over here. Everybody wants to see your pom-poms. There you go. She just finished her walk.
Way to go, honey.
So, point is support, structure. Start with yourself. Get your personal health, mental, physical in order. Get your relationships where they're healthier. You know, and then whenever stuff happens, you'll just be more insulated from it. You'll have more resilience. So I put the link to this podcast interview for anyone. Please share it with others as you see fit. I'm actually sharing it with a few people in my life, and I hope that you've enjoyed these full or partially packed walk talks. That's a tongue twister, but as I said, I'll keep it up just because I always have something else to say. Have a good rest of your Thursday, my friends.